That's really the ultimate thing. Everybody wants, you want your mate to see you, you want your work to be recognized as something truthful and good, and people want to be seen. You want to feel that you matter and that you count. And when you're constantly being told no, 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 and that your work isn't speaking to anyone or nothing you're doing is making a difference to anyone and you're not being chosen, it's hard to not personalize that. It's very hard to continue to strive. I had a good friend once tell me, don't ever confuse your self-worth with your ability to get a job, not get a job, or like how much money you're being paid, or, you know, your self-worth, your value, you know, is not being dictated to you by whether or not I get an acting job or don't get an acting job. It doesn't make me less valuable as a person. It doesn't mean that I'm not talented. I have been in this situation now where at least a handful of times where someone has come in and been so incredibly fantastic, but not right for the part. And I never used to believe that, because I always thought, well, if that, you know, you'd get feedback. Every once in a while, I would get feedback like, you were the best person they saw today, but they're not going to go with you. They're going to go with blah. And I'm like, I don't know how to reconcile that of doing the best work of the day, but not getting the job. I thought, so it's not a meritocracy. You learn that very quickly, you know. It's a business. It's really a business. And the most talented people don't always get to do the things that they should get to do.
Right.
So I think if there's a way you can learn that I'm still the same actress I was when I wasn't getting hired. Had nothing ever happened for me the way it's happened for me, wouldn't mean that I weren't of value and that I didn't have something to contribute artistically. Even if I had to do it in my basement or make my, you know, movie on my iPhone or, you know, I don't know what. I think that's the trapping of all of this stuff in terms of the success or lack thereof is you end up feeling like when you're successful, you're like, oh yeah, I deserve this. You know, people get into sort of assholey behavior, or they think they're getting these jobs just because they're good or just because of these things. And sometimes that is true, but other times there's a lot of other things that go into it.
As humans, we do not have an accurate system for measuring self-worth.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like there's no way
So you do naturally look to other people to be like, yeah.
Right, well, how else are you going to do it?
As opposed to looking in the mirror and going, I like what I see. I don't care what that person says. I don't care what that person thinks. These are my favorite shoes.
But if you go out to auditions every day for 6 months and you absolutely feel great about yourself and you hear no every day, very hard to look in your mirror.
Herculean effort, and I don't know that you know, there are dents made for sure in the very soft part of your soul and psyche that makes it hard to continue to, you know, it's hard. It's hard. It's not for the faint of heart. Being a person. I'm not talking about just being an actor. It's not for the faint of heart. Being a person. It's hard.
Yeah.